It's been a minute.
It has been. It has been.
According to my files, according to my log here, if I look, the last time that we recorded anything was back in like September or November.
Yeah, I think it was just post Worlds.
Yeah, it was 10/14. So that would have been October 14th.
Yeah. Yep. We haven't even gone trick or treating yet.
We have not. Yeah, we're no trick or treating, no candy in our systems yet. We were just doing it. So with us, obviously, we normally have Manny, but Manny couldn't make it today, and we were like, well, we kind of need to get a podcast out. And Manny was like, go for it, guys. I can't do this. So
He was absolutely all in.
He was fine.
He's a man of the people.
He'll be back. Don't worry. Manny will return in
Avengers Doomsday.
In Avengers Doomsday.
Heck yeah.
Absolutely. Well, Keo, there's been a lot of things that have happened since then.
Yes, it has.
We have had, let's see here. Since October, we've had states. We've had red wine clicks. We've had states. We've had rock cups. We've had the announcement of Silver Pulp at CCO for the IC regionals. And we've also had Strange Tales come out now. Strange Tales is it's been out for a while. It's been modern legal for a while, but we're going to actually start seeing Strange Tales be played in tournaments that aren't the ROC or the Rock Cup right now.
Yeah, so we've had a ton of things that have happened since, and it's weird, but it's just been since October. I know that October feels like a long time ago. It really hasn't been in like a time standpoint. You know, it's, what is that, 3 months going on 4? Mm-hmm. That's not that long. And we've had, those are the things that have been released. The things that haven't even been released but have been announced is even greater. You know, the things that we're going to be looking forward to.
Yeah. We've also seen like a lot of little LEs and stuff. Like there's the whole CCO LEs that are coming out, like the Demo Dog and Jim Hopper. Oh yeah, Stranger Things is coming out with HeroClix. I'm really excited about that. Did you?
Dude, I pumped.
You are? Cool.
Yeah.
I super love Stranger Things, especially like the first, like of the first 4 seasons, specifically 5th season. The last season was whatever. And as the seasons progressed, it got a little messier, but I super loved I love the concept and the idea of Stranger Things, and they captured the 80s aesthetic really well.
Are we far enough removed that where it's no longer spoilers?
If you have not watched Stranger Things season 5, this is your spoiler warning. Skip to a couple minutes ahead of time, but this is your spoiler warning. So
yeah, all I want to say is I agree with you 100%. Hopper was amazing through most of the series. He's a really good character, and I'm glad that he's getting really good clicks. The show itself, season 5, the disappointment. I have two beefs. The final fight was completely glossed over. Glossed over. It was so underwhelming. I just was really saddened by that. Secondly, one thing that doesn't make sense is the government spent all this time and they were kidnapping these women and like feeding them this one girl's, the other superpower girl, like her blood or whatever, and all these weird things, right? But after everyone like suspectedly saw what happened with Elle, they literally just like, okay, everyone pack up the choppers, pack up the tanks, we're out. And then that's it. They gave up. They quit. There's like, I feel like there's, for all the things that have happened for the last, however many years that was, for them to just be like, okay, we all saw it. It is what it is, guys. We're out of here. Pack it up. Everyone go home. Have a nice 4th of July. You know, spend Christmas to get together with your family. We got nothing else to do here. What?
I know it's. I guess that's kind of the issue when you write a show to be an anthology series, and then it turns out they're just like, oh, we just kind of captured lightning in a bottle. Let's keep doing it. And I feel like they just kind of wrote themselves into corners, and they tried to juggle too many storylines and too many characters, and I think it just fumbled the ball at the end. Personally, that was
Yeah, I
my.
mean, they let the kids or whatever go, right?
Mhm.
So they were like running around town in that last episode or two, whatever. They were like rounding them up. They were kidnapping them and taking them back to the base, snatching them up off the truck and stuff. Then all
Mhm.
of a sudden they're like, these guys don't know anything. Let them go. Let everybody go.
Yeah.
Everybody go home. I don't know about you, but I feel like that's not how that would go down. I think those people would be like uh listed as missing and we never see their faces again, and they'd be like locked in a dungeon by the government trying to get any ounce of information about Elle and all of the stuff, the Stranger Things, so to speak.
Yeah. No, I agree. I I don't know if you ever watched Lost, but
Yeah,
I watched that when it came out with that was like our family show, which was really weird because like we weren't really allowed to watch those kind of shows, but that was the one show my parents were like, we can all watch it together. And we were getting older, so we were like, yeah, sure. Like my parents were like, yeah, you guys are old enough. I think you guys can watch it and understand it now. So that show was a disappointing ending too, and Stranger Things is a disappointing ending. I know a lot of people say like Dexter and Game of Thrones were disappointing endings. I've never seen those shows personally,
I've seen
but
Dexter. Don't kill me on this, but I've never seen Game of Thrones. I watched the first like 3 or 4 episodes. It's brutal. It's so slow and I couldn't get into it. Just, I don't know what it was. I just wasn't into the show. I couldn't get into it. Someone's gonna tell me, "Oh, you gotta watch the fifth episode, the sixth episode." No, I don't. I watched like the first 3 or 4. They're like an hour and change, I think, or an hour long.
Mhm.
That was more. That was an investment.
It
I'll never
is.
get that time back, and it was not that good.
I just don't like nudity, like in shows. I don't like
Well,
over
there was a
sexualized
lot of
thing.
that in the first few episodes.
Yep. And it's when I watched the first couple episodes. I saw that. I was like, yeah, I could probably be not doing this right
I
now.
would
So
say for those that haven't seen it, nudity is quite the understatement for the first few episodes.
yeah, I don't
It's where
super remember it, but
it's way more than just being naked. I'll say that.
okay. Well, uh, yeah. So I mean, but Game of Thrones clicks would be cool though. I would say that. I would say I think that'd be a cool little because they're getting WB products, which is Warner Brothers or whatever. So they
Yeah.
have Beetlejuice. So Game of Thrones is a possibility for HeroClix. But uh, to bring it all back, yeah. So Jim Hopper, obviously, in the demo, dogs, which both look really fun. I will say this real quick, and then we can move on to our next topic. But Jim Hopper's defensive ability says surviving Soviet capture, impervious double slash. Jim Hopper can reduce penetrating damage dealt by characters with the monster ruler or spy keywords. I know a lot of people haven't seen the series and are just like, well, what? I can't believe he can use impervious. Like, is he like a superhero or something? It's like, no, he's just like in season 4, he gets captured and he's tortured and he doesn't break. So it's kind of on brand that he can do that. But also, like, I could understand to some people why they would be like, why is this police officer have impervious?
Yeah, 100%. Hopper is him. And also, if you haven't watched the show, or if you're still watching the show, or you plan to, those keywords are pretty spot on when you think
Yeah.
about he's locked up in a Russian thing during the time, like, there's a Russian spy, and so spy makes sense. There's Demogorgons, the monster makes sense, rulers. That one you can argue a little bit, but like they all make sense from like a thematic standpoint.
Yes, 100%. Yeah. I love that they gave they gave Hawkins and Upside Down their own keywords. So that'll be fun to see, especially with the iconic set coming out.
Oh yeah, yep.
All right. So yeah. So what do you want to talk about first? You want to talk about Silver Pulp, or do you want to talk about where we feel about the game right now?
Let's hop into Silver Pulp, and I think that can segue us into where we are with the game. I think that's the right move.
Yeah, absolutely. So Silver Pulp was announced for the CCO moving forward in the winter events, the IC regionals for CCO. So it's not the main event, but it's going to be all the stuff moving forward in the winter. So the next set of events will be silver pulp. Sorry, that's probably a better way of saying it. How do you feel about that?
I I like it. I think it's a different take on things. I think it's better than regular pulp. Uh, just because there's a lot of us who have a lot of figures that we definitely don't touch anymore. And when you
Mm-hmm.
restrict it to just modern, that pool it gets even smaller. And I think there's just a lot of good figures in the silver age that are seeing a slight revival. I keep a little pulse on the market, and there's definitely some figures that have cost way more in the last month than they probably cost for the past 5 years.
Hmm.
So I like it. I think it's super super good, honestly. Um, and then I think accessibility is like the biggest thing. Like, yeah, I know that there's a lot of people out there who don't have access to like the older sets, and you can't really find boosters for some of those, Deadpool, X Force, or Black Panther, Illuminati. Like you might not be able to find, like, you definitely can't find Spider-Man, Absolute Carnage, that set sealed, or if you can, it's not cheap. But I think there's a large amount of the product that is available, War of the Realms and Empire, and among other things, Notorious, that are super accessible. And I feel like this gives people a chance to where they're like, okay, I can play this game now with some confidence because I don't need Rogue Prime, or I don't have to play Rogue Prime, for example. I don't have to play all these, high end heavy hitters. I can just play my pulp guys, my rares, my commons and uncommons. I like the accessibility side of things.
Hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. I think the only yeah. So there's a couple things that I'm just like, these are the things that I feel like need to get fixed for pulp to be like truly accessible for everybody. Number one, I think if this is still Silver Age rules and the Silver Age rules dictate that you must have 200 point, you can only have 200 points of modern. I think that should just be erased. Actually, I think it's kind of give and take, but I feel like there's nothing really super broken in Silver Age that's rare or higher, or like if it's not, it's banned. The only thing I can see is like the higher values and the higher movement values and the higher ranges. But
Hmm.
overall, I don't think that's terrible. There's not a lot of rares with like 10 range, and there might be. I could be wrong here, but there's not like a lot of stuff that's doing that kind of thing. I'm just kind of like looking around just to see like if I'm missing anything. But I think that that's one of the big things is because if you truly want this to make this accessible, you really want to make sure that even if someone has not played the game or and you're just trying to get them started, you don't want to make them be like, "Oh yeah, you have to go buy sets from earlier," which I understand some of them are accessible. Like the Avengers 60th, I feel like is pretty accessible.
Yeah,
Um and like you have like the next phase. So these sets are only like a year or two old, but still want to make it as accessible to pulp players as possible. And even if that means that like I don't know, like the Black Panther Spider-Man's gonna be like everywhere. It's I don't know, it's not like a terrible thing. What I'm just trying to
yeah,
say
no,
is
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. So, like, I'll give you an example. I think a really popular pulp piece right now is the Moon Knight rare from Next Phase. Right,
Mhm.
he's 200 points, and I think prior to them announcing the whole thing, most people probably already had the figure. But if you didn't, for whatever reason, uh, just starting, whatever, it's viewed as one of the high end pieces, right?
Mhm.
And you could probably snag it for about $20. Now
Yeah.
that's a lot because it was probably $5 a year ago, maybe.
Yeah.
But with that said, if the high end product or the high end singles cost you about $20, I think that's still better than saying, okay, well, I'm gonna need Rogue Prime, for example. I keep going back to that, but like, how much is it running? You got $150 in your pocket. I think then that guy's like, oh, I can't do that. I can buy Moon Knight. I
Mm-hmm.
just gotta not have McDonald's for lunch tomorrow or whatever. But like,
Yeah.
I think it's just more of a is I get what you're saying. Going back and like, okay, like for example, when I started a couple years, like a year ago, a little over a year ago, a year and a half. Deadpool
Mm-hmm.
Weapon X was my first set. Everything prior to that, I never opened. I've never bought. I never played, and I didn't know existed. So as time's gone on and I played at my locals, these guys that I play with bring new figures all the time. And I'm like, where'd you get that? Where'd you get that? So I'm just ripping and ripping a bunch of older stuff. But I understand not everyone has those means.
Yeah.
So, I think if you are going to be the guy who's like, and maybe you only want to play Silver Pulp, it's not going to be something that's going to be around all the time. At least
Yeah.
maybe it will be. Maybe it will be a new thing. I'm not sure. I think they're going to gauge how this goes. But I'd rather drop $60 on a team on my pulp team, my silver pulp team for this tournament or a series of tournaments, and just have it. You always have it because you can always play those guys in silver. Because as far as I know, nothing rotates out of silver; it just rotates in. So you'll at least always have those figures, and they'll always have a place where they can play.
Yes, absolutely.
I will say one of the things that I don't like is the map size. I am an avid 16 by 16 gentleman. I know that they have the 24/16. I don't think you need it with the ranges that exist. I know some people are like, oh, there's 10 range, or like you were just saying, 10 range or whatever. I don't think it's that serious. I think maybe in regular silver it is, but in the pulp game, I don't think it's necessary. I think 16 by 16 would have sufficed just fine.
Yeah, I mean, most of those 10 ranges and stuff like that are coming from legacy figures that are legacied from like old set. Because I think back then, at some point, they were like 24 by 24 maps. Like they were huge, like back when the game first started. And then they went down to 24 by 16, and now they're 16 by 16. And that was gonna be that was gonna be my second point. Get rid of the big maps. It's not fun. Like no one wants to like scooch their teams up and then finally attack, and it's like turn 5 because you're just like being like, oh, you're gonna go. Oh, I'm gonna move up a little closer. I'm out of your range though. Okay, your turn. And then
Yeah.
also on top of that, there's a lot of terrible maps in the 16 by 24
Awful,
era.
awful maps.
The what's that one? The ancient tomb map. That one always gets brought up. Um, I know like Morlock Tunnels is a terrible map to play on.
Yeah,
Just
there's people. There's a gentleman that at our local that loves bringing the 24 by 16 maps.
mhm.
I will always he will always get to go first against me because I will never let him pick map because I refuse to play on a big. I'd rather go second than play on a big map. That's where I'm
Dang,
at with that.
dang.
100%. Going second's not even that bad, right? Because they got to spend a turn just to get closer, and I do too. So like I feel like there's like a strategic way about going about it.
Yeah, I agree. But I think people have said stuff, but I mean I personally have no idea if stuff is going to actually happen. It's just
Yeah,
because a lot of people talk about this kind of stuff, and a lot of people complain about stuff, but then sometimes just nothing happens, and it's kind of like, yeah, I don't know, like when the community consensively says like I hate this, and they just don't do anything about it. I don't know. Like, I
yeah,
guess
and I
at
know
some point,
it doesn't speak for everybody too, and I
yeah,
get that. Like there's still John and Joe who love to play on their 24 by 16 maps, but the two out of let's say 200 doesn't. That's not majority. And I know I hate to be the guy that spurns players who love playing the thing they play, but at the same time, if it's not fun, it's not fun, right? And I
hmm
think that's what it is.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm like in the middle for like that specific thing because like you want to listen to the people and stuff, but also at some point you got to make money somehow. Like, and I don't know if that makes the money or whatever, but I personally I don't see any way it does. It's just, I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out that kind of like just trying to figure out, but
Yeah,
overall, not 24 by 16 maps, I think they just got to go.
yeah. And then like last on it, it would be like the 24 by 16 maps. It's 400 point teams. You can't tell me, and I've seen games on 16 by 16, 300 points that you get 3 turns. Maybe. You can't tell me that you're going to get 4 turns or even 3, maybe, reasonably, in a 400 point, potentially 5 action, 24 by 16 game.
Yeah.
It just doesn't, and it's not longer. The game's not longer. So you may end up with just like a turn and a half or 2 turns. And you got to hope that you hit hard enough to take out somebody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is there any pieces or things that you see in Silver Pulp that you're like, that seems kind of fun? I'm not saying it's like stuff that's like, oh, I have to play this,
Yeah,
but
no,
just
for sure. I get what you're saying. It's actually the opposite. I mean, there are definitely some that I think look fun. Um, just I know this has been on based on units. It's on everyone's radar because it was a popular fig when it came out. It was Blue Marvel, obviously. A lot of people love Blue Marvel. Black Adam from Notorious, really good. I mentioned the Moon Knight. These are all like big hitter guys, right? These are
yeah.
like your staples, so to speak. But overall, like I don't know if there's much for me. Like something I was looking at was like I think Supergirl from the Masters of Time is really good. I would love
Mm-hmm.
to play her. She's 70 points, but she heals everybody every turn or every time they take damage. It's just like a nice little passive,
Mm.
which is super cool. Um, and then let's see, there's someone else. Oh, that's the other thing. I don't know what is or isn't allowed. I forget the ban list. Is Venom Marvel Girl is an option, correct? She is not banned for any reason.
Venom Marvel Girl? Is she a super rare?
Nope, she's a rare from Empire. But I think she's pretty good. I think it's actually really on the right team.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, this one. Yeah. I really like her too. Yeah, she's a rare. I don't think there's any reason not to play her.
Yeah. Spider-Man, the from the Spider-Verse, not the opposite of Craven, 31A. The one that goes on to the grave marker when he gets KO'd. Like these are figures that I think are pretty good, and I'm not saying they're going to win you your tournament, but I think they're fun. They're things I would want to play, even if I went 0-5. I think that they're good figures that I would want to play.
Yeah, absolutely.
What I was gonna say is it's a bit of the opposite. I was looking through some of the data that's been provided thanks to Mr. Claywood, HC Units.
Yeah. Shout out Claywood.
The Shadow Claywood, and yeah, he's had my number all year last year, but I'm coming for revenge this year. So Beast from what is it?
97?
No, the other one, Weapon X.
Okay.
Time to retire him. It's not working. His win percentage is pretty bad.
Beast?
Last time I saw.
Weapon X?
Yeah, the 30-point triple outwit guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What is this? 39 teams, 0 wins.
Oh, really? Is that in the meta?
Yeah.
He's not doing it, guys.
Time to move on, rebuild before this weekend. Swap him out. It's not happening. Sheriff Deadpool, 23 teams, 0 wins. Kid Omega, 16 teams, 0 wins. These are guys you want to, if you're thinking about looking at it, just remember there are tons of people who have been in your shoes and it didn't go well. Get
Yep.
them out of
Don't do
there.
Beast. He's the losing record, dude.
Yeah. I just take it with a grain of salt. It isn't. He's not doing what people think that he's going to do. He's clearly not getting that triple outwit off, or it is not working out beyond that. He's getting close enough to outwit, and then they are stomping him into the ground.
Just on win percentage you're looking at?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
So
I wish it would load for me.
I know it was a little laggy for me. Obviously, the good Red Widow's doing really well.
Redwood, yeah. Have you played that figure?
Fun fact: Red Widow is one of the first few figures that I played at my local.
Really?
Yeah, because I had pulled it from just a random thing, and I was like, oh, this is before I even knew what all these figures, like all the powers were, and I was like, oh, that's pretty good. I just saw a 12 attack, and like at that time, I was like, that's good. Most of my dudes are like 10, so I'll take it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, if you're running these figures, don't. That's my advice. People have it figured out. They know what you're trying to do, and you're not doing it. They're not doing it. And maybe you're the guy that's going to break the meta. Maybe you're the guy or the gal that's going to take Beast to the top. But it's
probably not.
It's not looking good for you. For just one win on 33 teams. Yeah, so maybe skip those guys.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, not many people people mostly look at what is being used and not what shouldn't be used.
Yeah, I think that's just as important. If you're sitting there building your team and you're like, I got 30 points left, Beast is pretty cool. No. Don't do it. Find something else. Find anything else. Bob, Agent of Hydra is doing better.
Good.
At 30 points.
You have to give us the updates on Silver Pulp win percentages.
I can't wait. I can't wait to come back to this. It's gonna be glorious.
I love this. I love the bottom of the barrel pulp.
Yeah, you know what I am surprised about though is Morlun. I don't hear his name a whole lot. I haven't like heard a lot of buzz about, but I think he's like he is a really strong pulp figure.
Mm-hmm.
With the bystanders and the invincible and the steel energy. Like I mean, he's up there with Blue Marvel and those guys.
Yeah, he seems really solid.
Also, super shocked that Timebreaker wasn't banned, or you know what I mean. That was weird. Can you? I don't know if you can generate duplicates because I know it's like I believe it's Highlander or some version of that.
I think you can. I don't think that's a real thing. Because generating is from outside the game, so I mean I could be wrong, but I'm like pretty sure on that one.
Yeah, I mean that's obviously a really good 5 point. Honestly, if you're thinking Beast with 30 points, I'd say take 6 Timebreakers.
Yeah, Timebreakers seem to be really good in this format.
Arkilo is another one from Lantern. I mean, he feels like he should be up there with the best hitters.
Yeah, he seems really good too. He doesn't generate anybody, right?
He doesn't generate them. I mean, you could always throw the recruit on your force. You can only you only have the one, but you could essentially add one.
Oh, here we go. My phone's letting me do it, but my browser's not. That's lame. Yeah, he's the one. Okay, so he's the one that turns recruits, or like can he does something and then he can have a character with the recruit do something too.
Yeah, do the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's pretty good. I don't know. For 145 points, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, he's not this isn't a guarantee you're going to win your tournament if you play Arkilo. But
Yeah.
if you're looking to spend the points, and maybe and this goes back to our first part, is maybe you don't own Blue Marvel, or maybe you don't have $20 for Moon Knight, but you have Arkilo. Don't be afraid to build with it. Don't be afraid to make it work and try to do something with it. He's got good keywords, and that's true for all your figures. I mean, don't go and buy a $30 Khazar if you don't have it. You know, sometimes you might have a really good team sitting in the box in front of you. Don't try to live off of these figures. They're not all cheap.
I I agree with you. I will say though, like I think something that is going to see more play that I don't see a lot right now until I scroll. Okay, time breakers are there. Are the symbiotes? I think playing the symbiotes. It's one of those things where like playing the little symbiote, the 15-point symbiotes, like it's good and bad, but like you really can't like trigger them very well.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest issue. If you're playing on a ginormous map, it's going to be really hard to get that damage onto them.
There's got to be a way.
Hey, I'm sure there is, and if there's somebody that's going to figure it out, it's going to be you.
It's not gonna be me.
Believe me.
I'll look for it, but I'll look around. I really like Shuri in this format, the uncommon. I think Shuri rocks. I think she's going to be the Pulp Dagaton because
I did, yeah.
she should be played on every team. She's TK perplex, but only TK perplex sidestep has power add vibranium to your sideline. But then on top of that, she's the only character that can equip and make these make equipment and give it to people, as far as I'm concerned. And giving +1 damage or +1 defense to people seems really, really good.
No, 100%. I mean, it's the TK perplex is enough for the price tag. She has trade. I don't say traded stealth, but she's got the Black Panther team ability, which gives her stealth. So I mean, play your cards right, and she's hiding the entire time. So that's very, very, very underutilized, I think, or maybe properly utilized. Flash Thompson's on a bunch of teams.
Yeah, I did see that. I was trying to see what for.
I don't know.
Flash Thompson. I'm looking for him.
Plasticity, shape change. Oh, the opposing characters within 4 squares can't use shape change. It's got to be it.
Oh, it's got to be that. Yeah. Are you on February or January?
January.
Okay.
February, I don't even know. I don't think we've had any games in February, right? Maybe February 1st.
No.
Or if it is, it's not uploaded.
Morloon. I see Morloon. Vanisher.
Yeah. There's a bunch of like interesting ones.
Supreme.
Yeah, there's dudes I've never heard of. Who's Duke Thomas?
Duke Thomas from did he get banned? He might have got. Did he get banned?
It's from Rebirth, but I mean from
heck yeah, he's from Rebirth, the best set in the world. He was used. I remember him being used like I didn't play competitive, but I remember him being played in competitive when Rebirth came out because he was really good. I think he like buffs. He's like in power or something.
Yeah, empower plus the attack.
Yes, yeah. So he's basically a built-in blue battery, whatever you want to call it. He's like 20 points, 35 points. Yeah. Friendly characters making close attacks. +1 for He's really good. I really like him. I remember him, like I said, I remember him being good back when Rebirth came out.
Yeah.
Oh. Iceman. If you want to run a team without special powers.
Yeah, that's true. I thought excuse me, I thought the royal couple, Queen Storm and Black Panther, that on the right team, that's a really good combination.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really like that too. I was looking at that. They seem really good. I mean, they have 6 range. I think the Black Panther is all right, but I think Storm is really good if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, she's got the the prob, but she gives a empower to Black Panther if he's on the map, or not gives him the power, but she uses empower and considers him and other friendly characters with a Wakanda keyword adjacent to her. So she
Yeah.
kind of beefs them up from afar, and Black Panther gives enhancement to those that are Wakandan and Queen Storm.
I feel
So
like
they work together.
I feel like both Black Panther and Storm together seem really solid, and then I think putting on Ironheart from that set seems really solid. I'm just trying to think of there's a lot of other there's actually quite a bit of Wakanda
Oh yeah, for sure.
characters.
Kazar is
Cause oh yeah,
Wakandan.
Kazar is, isn't he? Oof. That gets a good oof. Wow, you can't play him, but Iron Allfather, the super rare, is also one, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean Wakandan's definitely a pretty strong keyword for the newer stuff for sure.
I
But
didn't think it was this popular. I'm very wrong. That's okay though. Um, yeah, I think there's a lot of stuff like this, like where there's like these random keywords that are really good, like Wakanda. I think Sinister Syndicate is feels really good. I think Avengers have always been, I feel like, good in general, but you get that Spider-Man that gives people super senses, and
yep.
that Iron Man that gives out precision strike.
Yeah, I know Iron Man from 60th and Spider-Man from War of the Realms.
Yep. I think there's a lot of stuff like that that feels really good now.
And those guys are super easy to obtain. That's what I think makes it good.
Oh, Manifold's Wakandan. Interesting. That Manifold's good. Uh,
Mm.
Giving people combat reflexes. And if you play him a high dial, he's got prob. He's got a 5 range charge, which is really, really good. Flyer carries 2. I don't know, yeah. There's a lot of good people. Obviously, we're probably gonna see a lot of the Blue Lantern Hal Jordan with that 19 defend, leadership and power, and then gives +1 defense as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then I really like the Wanda from Disney Plus personally. The 19 defend Wanda with prob and shape change
Yeah.
and the stop click. That's something that's very rare to see. Like there's not a ton of stop clicks in these pulp, in pulp in general. There's a few, obviously, but there's not a ton.
No, I think Empire, the rare, what's her name? Monica Rambeau. Now, I mean, she's expensive for sure, so I
Mhm.
don't recommend that part. But uh, she's got pretty good abilities. I do enjoy using her at like a local level. But being Cosmic Avenger TA, but
Heck yeah.
good keywords. She uses running shot or phase teleport. Roll a d6, 4 through 6. You get either an action total +1 to the end of your turn, or you put her back in the square she started in.
Hmm. It's pretty
So
good.
yeah, you can running shot for 6 squares, 7 range, 3 bolts. Hit them, roll a 4, 5, or 6, and then go back to where you were. She
Yeah.
also can, when she does the phase teleport, when she uses it after resolution, she can make an attack, but only to target an opposing character she moved through this turn, regardless of adjacency, range, or line of fire.
Hmm. Wow.
I think
Pretty
she's,
good.
I think it is pretty good, but you know,
And that's the fun part is like there's so many figures like that are just like, oh yeah, this is actually sounds pretty good in the vacuum of the game.
yeah, like you're not rolling Monica Rambeau out at Nats. All right, it's probably not happening. But in this vacuum, like you just mentioned with Pulp,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Um yeah. I don't know. I like John Walker Captain America seems I like so the big thing I'm looking for personally I really, really, really like Charge Flurry in this format.
Oh, that is well, I like that in all formats.
It's true. Yes, I agree. But Charge Flurry, I feel like if that's the first thing I'm looking for in like John Walker, Captain America, a 10 speed Charge Flurry. I don't know. It feels really good. And he gets a thing if he KOs a character. If he's it's the equip thing. It doesn't really matter. Um, I don't know. 75 points seems solid. In that game, in 400 points, 75 points is like, oh, that's not bad. It's less than 1/4 versus like 1/3 of your team.
No, yeah, and that's like the big thing. Um, 400 points. It's amazing what you can do with that extra 100.
Yeah, it's a yeah, and this format, it's purely just extra figures. Like there's no equipment that you can equip. There's no like costed sideline. There's no one shots. It's just straight up figures. It's just more and more figures.
Yeah, exactly. It's sometimes, in its simplicity, it's just a lot more fun.
Yeah. Guardians of
Speaking
the
of which,
Galaxy seem really solid with the T'Challa Star Lord that gives people with
yeah,
minion gives minion Thanos, the Ravengers, Wakanda's the Guardians of the Galaxy keyword. I don't know how popular theme teams are going to be in this format. I don't see a benefit right now. I guess the benefit is if we keep 24 by 16 maps and your team is like fully outfitted to make the trek across the 24 by 16 map and your opponent's is not, then you can try and pick map or something and just make it way more frustrating.
yeah, for sure. Did you
But
happen to catch Hawk Girl from Justice League Unlimited?
I think let me double check her real quick. But why don't you? I don't
Yeah,
think
so
so.
she's the I mean she has charge flurry on both her 60-point line and 30-point line on the top
Love it.
line. Just in that top click. But when Hawkgirl hits a character with the mystical keyword, which is very popular, after resolutions deal them 1 pen damage. It's
I
free
do like
damage.
that. Nth metal mace. I like that. The nth metal. Oh yeah,
She
Justice
she's
League
a
feels like it's
yeah,
solid.
yeah. She's a better 30-point option than Beast.
Fair enough.
Etrigan from Masters of Time, Charge Flurry on his top 30-point line.
Fair
Better.
enough. What about? Oh, forgot about Animal Man. I'm trying to think of characters that were good and sealed.
Well,
Like, I don't know if that translates
I got
correctly.
limited. Yeah, I got limited experience with that. So
There's
you'll need to throw that.
there's a common Animal Man from Masters of Time. I guess he's still technically legal, but he's at 8 charge with flying for a 8 11 18 4 with close combat expert, impervious, super strength, mystics team ability. I don't know. It's always like interesting. I don't know. There's a lot of there's a ton of stuff that we could just go over.
Yeah, we could be here all day, um, picking out why this person's this and why this person, and then you go sit down and you're playing against, 200-point Moon Knight, 150 Blue Marvel, and some support. Oh, I guess I shouldn't have came today.
Shoot. Sorry. One more character. I
Yeah, let's
will.
hear it. No, I want to hear. I want to hear it. I don't
One
mind.
more character that I complete like I didn't forget about, but like it just like clicked in my brain. I'm just like, oh yes, I could play this in Pulp Silver. It's probably really, really good. Billy Batson from Rebirth. And I know a lot of people are like, Rebirth. I hate that set. A lot of people like put it up with their top like worst sets of all time. I personally love it. But he has a uh Billy Batson has a beginning of turn. You may choose a character with 4 squares in line of fire. Until your next turn, that character can't be given free actions. He is 40 points or 20 points. He's got a top dial. He's has that power and perplex, and then he has a stop click on click 3. That's a Shazam, but once per game, when this click is revealed by a damage from an opponent's attack, you may if and you paid 40 points for Billy Batson, you may replace him with Shazam. He can't be healed above click 6, and that's okay. But he gets to turn into Shazam, and that Shazam is really really good. Um, he has like a
Do you
thing
get to
that
be the Shazam?
yeah he turned yeah yes he actually gets to swap out Shazam.
Oh.
And that Shazam, in my opinion, is really, really good. When that Shazam starts the game, you get to choose one outwit, opposing probability control, pulse wave, or mind control. This game's Shazam has protected X, where X is the chosen power. At the end of your turn, if Shazam has not been moved or placed, you may give him a Zoot's Might token. He gets +1 defense for each token he has. But when he's moved or placed, you have to remove all of them. But I don't know. I just thought about that. And I'm like, oh shoot, that's really really good. If he's not generated from the sideline, replace him. Okay, so he has to. Shazam has to be on your sideline. I think that Shazam is a unique figure. Either way, I really like that Shazam, and obviously I will uh do anything to play anything from Rebirth that's like remotely solid.
I love that you're nostalgic for it.
I love this set. I was really into the comics back in the day. I don't know. I like all these figures. I know they might not be like great figures in general, but like like all the Dark Knight's Metal Batman, like the Red Death Murder Machine, the Drowned Devastator, Batman Who Laughs, Barbados. Like those figures all in my opinion are really really cool. I love most of the super rares. Um Actually, I think I like all of them. Like I would be like, yes, I'd be really happy if I pulled any of these. The primes are fun. I like the CUR personally. Like there was Shazam, there was a Mr. Terrific uncommon and a LE like a play at home or a release date Mr. Terrific that was really fun. There was the Justice League of China that was very interesting. Uh Other than that, I mean like there's a couple cool whatever you call it, uncommons and primes. They did have the terrible Red Hood. I will say that thing stunk. Like genuinely, you couldn't KO people with him unless Red Hood was the only character on your force. When he would KO opposing character, they are not KO'd and they're turned to the last non-KO click, and then you heal Red Hood one click. It's such a so stupid, so stupid. I don't know why they decided to do that, but I'm very passionate about this set. Also, there's a Raven in this set that has perplex probability control support for 50 points and has passenger 3. I don't know. I love this set. I feel like people need to revisit this set for Pulp at least. I think there's a lot of good Pulp stuff. There's people in
You
there. I know
you
people
might
already.
be the guy who needs to do it.
I
Let
will.
people know this set was one to pay attention to.
I will. I'll make sure. That Raven's really good. Okay. Sorry, is there anything else that we want to talk about Silver Pulp?
No, other than I'm glad it exists, and hopefully this isn't like a one off. Hopefully they kind of continue to maybe fine tune it and build off of it and take some feedback from these tournaments and make it. It'd be fun to have something other than just silver or sealed or modern. I think these small tweaks could be fun little formats that people could get behind.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Let's just hope that WizKids continues to support other formats that aren't just modern. Okay, so let's get into maybe the more not controversial, but definitely the most divisive part of the show. We'll talk about where we feel about HeroClix in general right now. Um, I will say personally, right now, I'm having like literally, I'm like listening from my wife and stuff because she's due literally any day with our next baby. So we are obviously I will be
Big
taking the
congrats. Round of
yeah,
applause, everybody.
Woo! I'm
Hopefully you're
so
listening.
excited.
Yeah, celebrate the great Alec Musser. I'm so excited for you guys. That's awesome. Very happy
I
for you guys.
I am very excited. I hear a lot of people talking about their second kid. I'll hear people say they love it. I hear people say they hate it. I heard people say it's easier, it's harder. I really don't care. I'm just excited to be having a second kid, and because I love my daughter so much, and I'm just like, how could I love anything more? And that's
Yeah.
gonna be something more. But also, I'm just like another kid that I love. That's gonna be so fun. So,
Yeah,
um,
being a dad is my favorite thing to do in the world, and I'm blessed to be able to do it 3 times. So
that's awesome. I'm hoping I have the same attitude as you. I know some of the world doesn't have that same worldview. If they think of more of it's just more shackles put to their
yeah,
hands. I don't have that, and I think you don't either. So, which is great. But all that to say, real quick, I will not be playing in a lot of tournaments moving forward. For at least until I can get to a point where I can travel like close by and stuff like that. So I'm probably gonna be. I'm probably in general. I'm more out of hero clicks now than I ever was. I'm not like quitting the game or anything, but obviously like family
you heard
priorities.
it here first, folks.
I'm retiring. I'm gonna pull a Lucas Van Hollen and retire, then not retire. But anyways, all right, Keo. Let's hear it. Where do
Yeah.
you feel about hero clicks right now? This could be
Uh,
across all formats.
yeah. So, I can't speak on silver. I have no experience, so I won't say anything about that. Sealed, always fun. Modern is where I think most of my time is invested. It's the version of the game that I enjoy the most. Probably because it's the only version of the game where I feel like I'm on par with everyone else. Because it's smaller sample size, right? Smaller amount of figures to use, and so it's easier to kind of like plan, prepare, and whatnot. I will say that when I
Mhm.
started playing the game a little over a year and a half ago or so, I thought that the game was extremely fun and also very open.
Mm.
Yeah, you had the Colossus Prime and stuff like that. When I first started playing, like that was the big thing. And then I think it got really, really good with the sets that followed that, Masters of Time and Black Panther. But I will say that it kind of feels like it's flipping backwards.
Mm.
There's a lot of the same things that everyone's playing
Mhm.
because it's effective and it's definitely worthwhile. You saw it with Spirit of Vengeance,
Yep.
Collector, Rogue Prime. These are all people that, or I should say, figures that notoriously dominate their era, their run, and it's not that it makes the game less fun. It's that it's less entertaining when you sit down and play. So, for example, I played in Nats last year. I played a spot team with Sandman and Mysterio, and I got beat pretty badly. And I went and sat down at my next opponent's table, who was playing a spot team with Sandman and Mysterio. And I thought, man, this sucks. Because it's just not that entertaining, right? It's
Mm.
not that fun. Um, there's just some times where like it's those figures are problematic in a sense, and I think it loses its creativity, loses that spark, that fun part of, like you just were mentioning. You were rambling on a Rebirth. It loses that. Oh man, remember this figure, this thing.
Mhm.
All we're gonna remember is the same thing that everyone's remembering currently. I hate Beetlejuice, blah blah blah. It sucks. Rogue
Yep.
Prime, blah blah blah. Loki, blah blah blah. It's not. You got to move past that stuff. I don't care
Yeah.
for any of that. Like you can harp on it all you want. Just play the game, and if it bothers you that much, you should run it too, and do it out of spite. I'll continue to run figures. I played Captain Universe at RWC. I didn't do as well, but I also played all 5 of my opponents were in the top cut, and I don't know how or why that happened, Mr. Claywood, but it did. Uh, but anyways, it's it was a blast. I had fun. I
Mm.
love that figure. I love that piece. Can't tell me otherwise. And I was very close to winning every single match. But yeah, I think we're at a point now where everyone feels like they gotta, you know, I gotta go buy the Rogue. I gotta go buy the Loki. I gotta go buy this. I
Mm.
gotta get this. I gotta run this. I gotta run the Phoenix Pog. Blah blah blah. You know, just if you need to be there that badly, sure, maybe. But I've seen guys do really well past Avengers.
Hmm.
You ran the Dinosaur Jurassic League really successfully. Um, Friend of ours runs Doom better than most that I've ever seen. Good friend, two of our other good friends made Colonel Rhodes look like an all-star.
Yeah.
Like we need to stay with that kind of level of creativity. I feel like as a community and continue to say, don't succumb to the. All right, I guess I'll play this. You don't have to. Find a way to make your dude work. Find a way, and then sometimes it doesn't, but try to find a way to make it work. There are so many good pieces that just go untouched because people
Hmm.
just aren't exploring it.
Yeah, I agree. Um, I man, I think I think the game is best when it's diverse, and I don't think the community is big enough to gatekeep right now. Like, I just don't think we have enough people to be like, or honestly, we don't run events that have big enough prize payouts for people to be like run brain dead stuff like that's like tier one or whatever. Like in Magic or whatever, like a tier one deck means like basically like in 3 turns the game's over for somebody. Or I think that's what how they explain it. I think it's like that, or maybe it's the other way around. Either way, I think the game is incredibly stale right now. I'm speaking from a modern perspective. I guess I'll speak on modern real quick for a little bit, but like just overall, like it's just not fun playing against the same teams. I don't like playing against, regardless of how the game is made. And I know there's like a little bit of a if the game BS's you, you BS it back kind of thing with like Spirit of Vengeance and stuff, where you can just cheat out a ton of points of figures and then Beetlejuice comes off your sideline for absolutely nothing. Like I don't find that to be like something that I want to play. And even though that is part of the game, I don't think it's what it was intended for the game, like intended for the game, if that makes sense. And that's I guess that's more on the fault of maybe WizKids. So maybe better control with that. But like there shouldn't be figures. There shouldn't be. You shouldn't be able to bring out that much. You shouldn't be able to play a 300-point game. It'd be like playing. It'd be like playing Pokemon or Magic the Gathering in a deck, and then you have a card that adds a card that adds like more broken cards to your deck, like on the top of your deck or something
Yeah.
like that. Like, and there might be something that happens like that. I don't know. I don't really play those games enough to be like in the know, but I know that playing hero clicks when you that kind of stuff happens just makes for an unenjoyable game experience for most, I would say. And I understand there's some people who find that to be incredibly fun. I get it. But just in general, like I know people have made the argument of like, well, Beetlejuice just brings it back to original clicks. It's like, no, that like I don't agree with that. Like it might, but there's a reason why Hero Clicks is so fun. It's because I don't have to just play like I don't have to play my 14 speed whatever phasing teleport figure. Oh, but it only has phasing teleport, but it also has this ability that says phasing teleport is free but can only move half the squares, and then after resolutions, you can make an attack or something like that. Like
Yeah.
that's fun. Like I don't want to just be like stuck with a figure that just like, oh, I just have plasticity and that's it. That's not
Yeah.
fun.
And I think the biggest issue with like when we talk about Beetlejuice, and for the record, like I don't play Beetlejuice, and If you do, that's whatever. I just KO it anyways, right? That's how
Hmm.
we roll. But at the same time, the big issue that I have is like it takes there are figures like you had just mentioned that do the thing. They do the thing that they do.
Hmm.
Whatever it is, if it's a Spider-Man and he's got the wall crawler thing, they all have their thing that they do. And when you have a piece that just says nobody can do the thing that they do, well, that's like imagine like opening up a comic book, reading like 10 pages, and it's just Spider-Man walking down the street because he's lost the ability to do all the cool stuff. That's
Huh.
that's the
Yeah.
equivalent of the game. It's okay, well I don't get to do all the cool stuff now, so I guess I'll just walk up to you and I'll
Get your
punch you in the
sandwich from
face.
the local deli.
Yeah,
That'll
exactly.
be
It's
$5.95. Okay.
you lose out on the cool and the finesse. But also like I'm not here to be like get off my lawn, old man stuff. I'm not. The kids call me Unk, but whatever.
Punk.
Uh, I get that it's part of the game. I understand that
Hmm.
these figures are there's people that like doing that, and there is a strategy built into it. I'm not oblivious. I'm not so stubborn that I can't understand that. It's just like you had the very first thing you said. Like, it circles back to I just don't know if that's fun, right? And
I,
that's where I kind of stand. Is I like I loved clicks when I first started playing. I still do, but I really love the idea of just running like different people, random stuff. And then as I got better at the game, learning synergy and finding how this works with this and doing all these fun little things, the worst thing to have happen to a game that is like manifests and lives and breathes off of creativity is to find something that puts it into a box.
yes.
And that's what these figures, that's what Spirit of Vengeance does. That's what Rogue does. That's what Beetlejuice does. They take all of that and they throw it into a box. And then you have to find a way to either A, get out of the box, or B, just don't even bother.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like the other side of the coin is like, well, just play those teams if you want to win. It's like, yeah, okay. But that's the issue is I don't find this fun. Like I don't like playing that style of game. I don't find that fun. I don't find it fun to bring out an extra 1,000 points of figures. I don't find it fun to shut down all powers for everybody. Like I want to play a fun game of Hero Clicks. Like I want to have fun. And there's
Exactly.
obviously figures and stuff that is like a little bit less tolerable. Like there's stuff that's like, oh man, like Hadari, yeah, like the oh yeah, if I get hit, like I hit you, you only do 2 damage or whatever. I get that. Or like Rogue Prime is like I can't prob you, I can't perplex you, I can't outwit you, and that's fine, whatever. But that stuff isn't like game breaking. I'm not like oh my gosh, this is like I can't deal with this. It's like yeah, but obviously, if I am playing in a game and I have my team and you have your team, and then someone just brings over their team and says, "Oh, here's an extra team for you to play. Good luck." Like, obviously, I'm just gonna be like, that makes no sense. And I understand again, like Spirit of Vengeance specifically. I guess I'm talking a lot about Spirit of Vengeance right now. I guess I'm just sick of that piece. But like, I understand most of those figures that come out are on their last click. But like Thanos is that I would rather
It's not
face.
easy.
I would rather someone sit across from me and play Thanos at full point value versus on his last click. Like he's that good on his last click. He's bananas.
Yeah, 100%.
Um,
He's hard.
he is, and so I guess that's the state of modern right now. I think there needs to be some major redevelopments in how people look at the game. Like not how the players do, because like the main issue is like, okay, well, HeroClix keeps printing the stuff. Like
Yeah,
there's
the
not much
players are
we can
just
do.
building.
Yeah, the players are just building and saying this is cracked. I mean, for most of my, I feel like I was talking to Calder and Bill Roche, the guy who does the Elo, and another guy named Chance. I was talking to them about my past vendors team, and I said I bought the 099 Agatha from Strange Tales on that team. And they're like, why? I'm like, because if you use a one shot, you have to take unavoidable damage. And they're like, that doesn't seem that doesn't seem like a good use of that 35 points. They're like, there's no move and attack, doesn't prob or anything. I'm like, yeah, but but now I force you to not use force you to use a element of the game. When I saw that one team that has like Dark Hulk, Nikki, it has like 9 one shots on it or something like that. And
Yeah, yeah,
like it's like, yeah, I would love to do 9 unavoidable. If that's how you're gonna play, then this is how I'm gonna play. It's if it's 34 5 points of it just sits there and does nothing else versus like it actually kind of changes the game. Yeah, like that's kind of the unfortunate reality of the thing. But like I hate that I have these awesome figures like Super Sore. It's like, oh, I can't play the game now. Like it's like I mean it's like, but I'm not going to bend over and or bend the knee and spend $200 on a figure that's rotating here soon to play the game. I would rather just build my team to figure out Beetlejuice rather than just completely counter it. And I understand that's not the correct line of thinking, but the thing that always I go come back to is Reggie Phil Zamora, I think his name is, the guy who used to be a part of Nintendo America. He used to say, if it's not fun, then why bother? And I guess that's kind of my approach on this game. If this format's not gonna be fun and the competitive whatever or even the locals, if it's not gonna be fun, then I'm not gonna play. Like if like that's what the competitive HeroClix forces me to do is play Spirit of Vengeance. I understand I have to play competitive, whatever, but that's not fun because you still want to try and play and beat people and stuff like that. You want to have fun with your teams. Um, so I don't know. I guess like I'm like right on the border of fun competitive and competitive, I guess. Like I don't have the heart to just be like, all right, I'm going all in. I'm gonna be playing the most broken stuff I can find. And I'm just getting like it's literally going to be my goal is to win, and there's going to be no enjoyment out of it. And
yeah,
I feel like that. I mean, like that's how that's how some Magic the Gathering stuff is, or that's how like just some competitive games like this are. But that's because they have a bigger player base and they have tiers and they have well organized tournaments that have really good payouts. Not saying that HeroClix doesn't have well organized tournaments. I'm just saying like from this for the scale, like they have such a big payout that like it's like yeah, if 3, 4, 5 plus grand are on the line. Yeah, it's obviously I'm gonna try a little bit harder, but I'm
yeah,
basically
exactly.
but obviously I'm just playing this game to have fun, and then if I win, I get more plastic.
Yeah,
Basically, I don't get any cash
dog.
for this.
Yeah, dog. You're telling me if I sweat it out completely, I'm getting a dice tray to go home with? Hell yeah.
Heck yeah, bro. You know you still got that red, white, and clicks dice carrying thing. I haven't touched
Uh,
it, but I have it.
yeah, you got
Um,
it. You got it.
I got it, man. I got it.
That'll make for good prizing
Yeah, yeah. I
at a
yeah.
local event.
So sorry, that was a little bit of a rant and tangent and stuff like that.
It's deserved.
Overall, it's fun. I mean, overall, overall HeroClix is a fun, but overall HeroClix is fun. Might not be the time to dive in if you want to dive into competitive. Um, I mean, but also like I know a lot of people are like Strange Tales has made like modern unplayable. I wouldn't say that.
Oh,
Fix,
that's egregious. That's egregious.
yeah, I just think like, but but I think once certain elements rotate, we're gonna see like the people are gonna like exhale and be like, "Oh, okay, finally, I can play Lord of the Vampire Wolverine now." It's like that figure becomes actually playable once Beetlejuice rotates. It's like, oh, Spirit of Vengeance, yeah. Well, oh, it's like I can play, I can play this because that left. I don't have to have this 30-point Loki Sorcerer Supreme on my team. Because my whole team revolves around getting Beetlejuice out and having a Beetlejuice battery. Um, my I guess my tangents for not tangents, but I think Pulp Silver is fun. I think the issue not issue there's not a lot of data to show like what's good and what's not, but I'm sure there's some type of brokenness out there. But overall, I think it's a fun team. Gabe was also just off the top of my head was showing me Gotham City Underworld team with the rare Poison Ivy. I think that figure rocks. I forgot about that figure. So there's a lot of fun to be exploring in a new format with Pulp Silver, and then also just regular Silver. I mean that is literally the format right now to just play what you. If you were just like I want to play what I want to play, and I don't really care like what's good and stuff like that. That is this is the time to play Silver, normal Silver, in my opinion. It is the most fun you will have. I played it a couple times and I was like, wow, this is a lot more fun than I anticipated. I played a full Scooby Doo team. Like I played Shaggy, Daphne, Fred, um, the the Batman from that one too. It was really a detective theme, but it was at heart it was like I want to play Shaggy, I want to play Fred. That's all I really care about. And then I wanted to play World's Finest. So yeah, I mean, I've Calder Ness just won with the Jefferson bomb, which he kind of coined that whole thing on his on the Dial H's YouTube channel back when it came out, just showing how to do the Jefferson bomb. So it's cool to show that he like went through and actually won, and he flew all the way to Arizona to beat these people. I think he went there for other reasons too, but he was just happened to be like there at the same time, and he started out 0-2 and ended up winning out the entire game and won the entire thing.
Dang.
So, I mean, in my opinion, yeah, silver right now, silver is the most like the is right now the most fun time to play if you want to play like literally just like this. I'm only gonna play what I want to play. I want to have fun with that.
Yeah,
Um,
I
yeah.
agree. And I think silver is the part that always kind of takes me away from silver is that I have a lot of the lower stuff. I don't have a lot of the higher
Mm,
end stuff. So I when it comes to playing against the super rares and chases of those sets,
mm-hmm,
one, I'd never seen them before or know what they do.
mm-hmm,
And two, I I feel very limited in what I own and what I can play with. And so it kind of I could build a team that I would love to play with and enjoy
mm,
heavily. I like Arachnite, love running Arachnite. But also, I don't get the chance to play him very often.
mm.
I don't even know how to play him very well. I know he's very good, and I know he kind of does his own thing. But for example, some of these sets that Justice League Unlimited couldn't
Mm-hmm.
tell you anything in it. Um, Black Panther Illuminati, don't know what the high end pieces are. Rebirth, not a single thing. I
Everything's
don't know
high
what
in
the
the
chases in
rebirth.
Earth. I don't know any of the chases in Earth X. Um, Avengers Infinity, Xavier School, like all these older sets, Captain
Mm-hmm.
America and the Avengers. I don't own any of the high end stuff. So
Yeah.
when people kind of sit down and they're like, "All right, here's my thing," like I remember seeing a gameplay from a couple years ago, or whatever. People using like the Mandarin rings. I don't even know where to get
Yeah.
those from.
Uh, I mean, I think those were LEs. Like, I think you could only get them. Like, they were like the plastic band objects.
Hmm.
You remember those? I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I have a traffic barrel and I have those.
Yeah, I think it's
Um,
like I think they're all LEs if I'm not mistaken.
but
The
the
Yeah, either
point that I
way.
was the point that I was trying to make is that I there's so much of it that I don't own or don't even know it exists
Hmm.
to own that it kind of gets a little overwhelming for me. But definitely, if you're someone who has been playing a long while and is thinking about playing again, I don't think I agree. Modern is probably not the fun thing for you right now. I think silver would be a lot more
Hmm.
fun, and that's why I'm really excited about silver pulp because maybe it's just me, but like I do own some of the stuff, and a lot of
Yeah.
it is lower tier stuff, and I could put together a team that I actually enjoy, and I don't have to worry about sitting across from something goofy. Like yeah, like you mentioned, somebody's probably gonna break it, and it's gonna be this weird combo that no one knew about or whatever. And if that becomes the case, then that becomes the case. I know they do a pretty good job monitoring silver as a whole. So obviously, when there's problematic things, they do act pretty quickly in trying to address it. But
Hmm.
yeah, I'm a big believer and at the very least, like Silver Pulp, if you were ever looking to play, this is, and it's a great chance to play in an official tournament if you haven't played in a tournament. Like this is a great time to experience that as well, without feeling overwhelmed or ashamed or bummed out or whatever.
Yeah.
But I want to hit on something real quick. You said that Strange Tales, people were saying, "Oh, it's broke modern. It's the set is broken." Um, could we be any more dramatic as a community?
Yeah.
Like, can we calm down? People were like, "Oh, what is it? The Loki, they're gonna get rid of all of our team abilities and special powers." Yeah, I mean, is that super cool? No, it kind of stinks, but is it gonna end the game? No. Like that figure is incredibly beatable. Like
Hmm.
just it is what it is. People thought the same thing with Gauntlet Spidey. He's gonna get rid of our entire sideline. He's gonna get rid of all of our equipment for that cheap. Not one person plays him because he sucks.
Yep. There's a lot of good theory figures, but there's not. But once you field them and you have to face the opposition, like it
It's not that
changes.
good.
Yeah, it changes because I mean, like we helped Wes Rock, like so. This like just to give you example of that, and I understand like we're not like I wouldn't personally call myself like, oh yeah, I'm the master theorist of the stuff, but we helped Wes Robertson over at Talking Clicks a while ago for Indiana State's the Tropical Regional make a uh make one of those teams a Gauntlet Spider-Man. So um team, and it just didn't do well, and the consensus was after that we were just like, yeah, it just doesn't work. It's like he doesn't do anything after that. Like it's not very good personally, like that. And obviously there's some stuff to support it now and stuff like that, but like the general consensus is still like, I mean, there's still all the same figures that were legal then are legal now. Nothing's really changed. So like there's just stuff like that where it's like, yeah, in theory this looks like it works, but also there's also just like the reality of just like this is a really good theory team. Makes a lot of sense. I love it. But
Mm,
unfortunately, yeah, like Moriarty's the same way, right? Like more playing like five Moriartys and like Harley Quinn and like running the Bloodstone. In theory,
yeah.
yeah, it sounded like a really good idea, but unfortunately, it didn't really go anywhere. Last thing I want to say about Silver real quick. If you're just like, I don't know where to start with Silver, I don't know what to play, but it sounds really fun. The number one figure I will tell anybody to get that's relatively cheap, relative being like $70 for a really, really good figure is Securian Iron Man. Um, Pound for pound, best. I think if there's ever like pedestal for like best figure like worth their point efficiency, the best 50 points in the game of HeroClix, in my opinion, is Securian Iron Man. I don't think there's anything that beats that. I think he's really good. He has pick a power. He gets +1 combat values, outwit perplex. I don't know if you haven't looked at him.
Yep.
I would
Disney
100
Plus.
from Disney, yeah, from the very first What If Disney Plus series. Marvel Studios Disney Plus, correct. Yeah, not the What If series, but he's from What If the show. Either way,
Yeah.
the figure like crazy good. I would suggest that would be the first place I would start. That figure rocks. I would always used to get him for cheaper. You could probably trade him right if you have like trade stuff on the Facebook marketplaces. But I would say like that is the perfect starting place for anywhere. He fits on so many figures. He has really good keywords. Fits on a lot of different things. Scientist. He's a warrior. So if you end up getting the APOC Genesis figures, he fits with that. He's also just Avengers armor. He can be equipped. Yeah, I don't know. Overall, I just think he is the best figure pound for pound, like in the game. Period.
I'd
And he's
agree to that.
and he's not very expensive. I looked on eBay and I saw some for 120 and 150. I'm like, whoa! But then you just scroll down a little bit, you're like, oh, $75 or best offer. Yeah, okay, that's a little bit different.
That's probably right. And then also just to not anything to do with the pieces, but if you're playing any version of this and let's say you're new, hopefully you've made it to this point in the podcast, but if you're listening and you're thinking, I want to try in silver pulp, I want to try silver, I want to try modern, whatever you want to try, join Discord, and we have places where you can say, hey, I really want to try this out,
Mhm.
but I don't know where to start. I don't know what I'm doing, or maybe I got an idea of what I want to play. And there are so many good people in the community that will help workshop your teams and
Mhm.
try to give you the best options. There's people who will loan figures, if it's going to help you. Um, so I can't stress that. And it's not just like um, our Discord, but like in general, there are numerous other Discords of HeroClix that you can join. That there's tons of activity that people will help you if you really want to get started or whatever. It's definitely a great way to interact with people, especially in the community, without having to post. Maybe you don't want to post on Facebook and all those pages because you don't want to have hundreds of people judging you or whatever, and you want to do it privately or whatever. That's fine too.
Mhm.
To each their own. But definitely, there's a lot of help out there. Well, me and Alec, and then Man Thing, as
Yeah.
well as our buds. We all bounce ideas off of one another and work together to build teams. So it's nothing that we're not used to. We do it all the time.
Should probably make a little thing on the side of just like the people who are involved. The like not saying that you can't trust everybody in this, but like I do want to have like a list of people like on the side Discord. You can like give people roles.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Should probably
definitely.
give some people some roles that I would be like, hey, these people are pretty good like helping. So there's
Yeah,
like a couple people that have been talking. I'm looking at the team builds right now. I see you. I see a couple other people in here. And most of the time when I drop a team, I try to drop it in here so that everybody can see it. But every now and then, whatever. But
yeah. I
um,
mean, obviously, the more the merrier. Don't hesitate to reach out, uh, get a hold of anybody. Even if it falls on deaf ears, it doesn't hurt to just have someone check it out.
mhm, absolutely. Well, I think this is a good return to form. Um, we will definitely need to not wait 3 or 4 months to do the next one, the next podcast. But
Yeah, for sure.
welcome back. I hope you guys. We did ask in the Facebook if people wanted to hear the podcast still, and people still want to hear it. So we are going to continue to do it.
Got to give the people what they want.
That's right. Absolutely. Although Manny did ask a question for like Christmas and then no one answered. So that was what kind of got me like, oh, like I guess no one like listens to the podcast. So anyways, all right. Well, I think we're gonna wrap it up now. Uh I'll real quick. I just want to announce the Adepticon, Adepta Battle, whatever it's called. I don't know
Yeah,
actually it's
yeah.
called. Um Answers like if you want to play modern HeroClix in a time where Silver Pulp is going to be reigning supreme, um the Degeneration Clicks people are going to be holding a I'm trying to look for the exact details so I don't accidentally missay anything. Here it goes. Here it is. Sorry. So, Adepticon at the Bard Baird Center in Milwaukee from March 26th through 29th. There will be a Hero Clicks returns to Adepticon presented by Degeneration Clicks, and Clicks Mania. That's what it's called. It looks like they're going to have some specific rules in that one where you will it's gonna be it looks like a six Silver Age Pulp Championship. There's gonna be just a regular modern championship where I think Beetlejuice is
Band.
banned. Yep. There's a Silver Age Clicks Championship. So there's a couple different events. Um Beetlejuice is banned. It's $30. It looks like it's going to be on Saturday. It looks like Aaron Morgan, Daniel Schwab will be like there, which both are pretty solid judges. Aaron's the one that's kind of the arbiter of Silver Age. He's kind of the guy that has been making it better, which I would say in the last year it's been pretty good.
Yeah, I
Um,
agree.
I would say I think it's Silver Age is at the best it's ever been. So there's that. So other than that, is there anything else you want to say, Keo, before we sign off?
Nope, just good luck with baby two, and uh I wish you guys the best. Hope everything's blessed and healthy, and I'm excited for you.
Thank you. Me too. So hopefully if you listen to this and it's not February like 5th or something like that, probably something happened. But overall, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
really excited for it. So
And if that does become the case, you guys will probably hear another pod, but it'll probably just be me and Man Thing at that time while Alec takes care of dad duties.
heck yeah.
But either way, we'll make sure that the content keeps rolling.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you guys for listening. This has been another Hero Clicks podcast. I almost said content. Another Hero Clicks podcast, and keep on clicksing.
Later.